Hey everybody, welcome back to Liberty Trigger. If you love this country, believe in common sense, and you're sick of Washington's political circus, this one's for you. Senator John Kennedy just went off in a new interview with Will Cain, exposing the truth about the government shutdown and ripping into the failures of Obamacare. And folks, what he said needs to be heard loud and clear. Let's break it down.
Senator John Kennedy. Senator, it's great to see you. Thank you for being with us here today. Why? Why did we shut down the government?
Well, I want to be careful, Will. I don't want to do anything to upset our agreement. If I did that, my colleagues would, I don't know, they'd have Katie Porter slap me to Pluto, and I couldn't blame them. Look, Senator Schumer chose to have this shutdown. And it's clear, it was clear at the time, it's clear now. He just dug up more snakes than he could kill. His demands were unreasonable. They were so unreasonable that they weren't even within the realm of possibility on my side of the aisle. And we were prepared to just sit there as much as it hurt. I mean, we didn't have a choice. We couldn't possibly do what Senator Schumer wanted us to do. But look, I want to thank the Democrats who finally said, look, enough of this foolishness. We're going to open government up.
Kennedy didn't hold back. He flat out blamed Chuck Schumer for the government shutdown. And you know what? He's right. This wasn't about helping Americans. This was about politics. Schumer tried to play hardball with unrealistic demands, and it backfired. Kennedy said Schumer dug up more snakes than he could kill. And that's the perfect way to put it. Even some Democrats got tired of the foolishness and said, enough. They reopened the government not because of leadership, but because the chaos was embarrassing. And you know what Kennedy said next? It's what every patriot's been thinking. Kennedy said senators shouldn't get paid during a shutdown, because how can politicians keep collecting checks while troops and federal workers go unpaid? That's leadership. That's integrity. He even refused his own salary, out of principle. Meanwhile, the political elite in D.C. kept cashing their checks like nothing happened. That's the kind of hypocrisy that makes people lose faith in government.
My only disappointment in the deal that we have, I strongly wanted a provision added that senators cannot be paid during a shutdown. It's called shared sacrifice. It's called leadership. We were getting paid, but our staff wasn't. I didn't take my salary, but our staff wasn't getting paid, and air traffic controllers and our military. I thought it was the height of hypocrisy. Now, my leadership blocked me from bringing that bill, but I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep coming.
Shared sacrifice. If I asked that same question to Democrats, Senator Kennedy, why did you shut the government down? I would undoubtedly get an answer that revolved around the extension of Obamacare subsidies, or maybe even more generically, something about the rising price of health care. Now, while I have just laid out why health care prices rise, there is no doubt it resonates with everyone watching, with voters. It's arguably what brought Zohran Mamdani into power as the next mayor of New York City. So what is the answer from Republicans? How can you address affordability when it comes back, apparently in about a month? How will you debate? What will you say to the voters about the rising price of health care?
Well, here's what I'll say, Will. I'll say if we learned anything through this intergalactic freak show shutdown, we learned that Obamacare is not working. We were promised if we did it, premiums would go down and insurance would be more accessible. It's been neither. We were promised our lives would be better. Our lives are worse. We need to fix it. Just extending the status quo is like putting fresh paint on rotten wood. Now, how are we going to fix it? Well, we're going to vote on revising Obamacare exchanges here before Christmas. We need to put together a proposal that looks like somebody designed it on purpose. But longer term, to the larger issue, Health care is part of affordability. What the Senate needs to do is get up off its ice-cold, lazy butt and do another reconciliation bill. We don't need support of our Democratic colleagues to do that. We can do it with all Republicans. I think we did an extraordinary job with the one big beautiful bill, but under the law we have the authority to do 2 more. We haven't done anything since the one big beautiful bill. After the holidays, we need to get serious, and in a new reconciliation bill, we need to address the cost of food, the cost of health care, the cost of housing, the cost of regulation. Regulation of goods and services makes all of our goods and services cost more. And the Senate needs to rise to the occasion and do something.
Washington loves to talk about shared sacrifice, but Kennedy is one of the few who actually lives it. Then came the healthcare discussion, and Kennedy dropped the truth bomb. He said what we've all known for years. Obamacare is a failure. We were promised cheaper premiums, better coverage, and more access. But instead, we got skyrocketing prices, disappearing options, and middle-class families drowning in costs. Kennedy compared it to putting fresh paint on rotten wood. And he's exactly right. Democrats keep trying to patch up a broken system that was never built to last. You can't fix socialism with a fresh coat of spin. You fix it by returning to freedom, competition, and choice. Now, Kennedy didn't just complain. He called his own party out, too. He said the Senate needs to get off its ice-cold lazy butt and pass a new reconciliation bill to deal with affordability. Food, housing, health care, all of it. Republicans can't just sit back and play defense. We've got to lead. We can fix this country without giving in to socialist policies, but it takes guts and action, not excuses. The American people don't want government handouts. They want fair prices, honest leadership, and the freedom to make their own choices. At the end of the day, Senator Kennedy gets it. He's one of the few in Washington who still talks like a real American. While Schumer and the Democrats are out there playing political games, Kennedy is fighting for fairness, leadership, and accountability. It's time more leaders follow his example. No more lies. No more empty promises. It's time to put the American people first again. If you agree with Senator Kennedy, and if you're tired of the hypocrisy in Washington, hit that like button, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more truth the mainstream media won't touch. This is Liberty Trigger, standing up for faith, freedom, and the American way. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.